All right, so a lot of newer KTM owners, 125, 250, 300, a lot of guys struggle with the Mikuni carburetor. We've talked a lot about switching on our trail bikes. We switched to the Electron or to the Kian with JD jetting. Now in this case, today we're going to talk about just running a JD jetting kit in the Mikuni, which is not too expensive for what you get and the results. So we're going to try this bike out right now. A few of us are going to ride it back and forth because it doesn't run very good. Switch to the recommended jetting. Just run the recommended jetting in this thing and see how it runs. We'll show you how to do it right now, and it should be it's pretty simple if you're used to doing this kind of stuff. You don't even have to take the carburetor off on this bike, which is kind of nice. So we'll show you how to do it right now. Okay, so here we've just removed the slide from the carburetor. It's very simple to do. Once you turn the carburetor sideways, we use a 6mm nut driver. You pull this off like so. We're gonna adjust the slide to the proper needle inside. We'll show you how to do that. So with JD, you get a really nice setup sheet. And this sheet is kind of part of the whole deal, what you're paying for, because they've done the research to figure out what works well. On our trail bikes, we run a lot of the red needle. This one's the blue needle. Since this bike's gonna be run 0 to 4,000 range, we're running this blue needle. Number 2 on this KTM 150 here, we're running it just like so. And now we put this holder back in. And now we're gonna go adjust the bottom of the carb right now. Okay, so with a 17, we loosen the bottom of the bowl, just like so. And I've left the slide off because it's easier to do it with the slide off the top. What size pilot jet are we going to run? 35? 32.5. So that's what our spec is a 32.5, which this thing will always fall down to the worst possible spot. You can't smell this on camera, but it's got some really stinky gas.
One day we'll have.
So this one's a little tricky to get in there, but you don't have to take the bowl off to do it. You don't have to take these screws off. You can get it if you just got a little patience. You can get it in there. So we got our 32.5. We need our 6mm here for the main jet. What size main jet we putting in there? 460. It's just like that. Don't over tighten that, kids. You can break them off. I did it when I was a kid, and that wasn't fun. Put our little bolt back on. And a lot of guys actually over tighten this as well. It doesn't need to be that tight. They'll get them all kinjowed. Okay. This is a little bit tricky, but not if you're used to been doing it for 30, 40 years, I guess. My buddy here could do it better than me, I think, because he's done more of them. So you got to hold this all back, and it's one of those things where you just by yourself is kind of the best way. So now I got it all ready, and there you can see inside here. You just hook this in, hook your cable into here. Simple deal. And then this plastic piece has a little groove. It's important that that little groove go right in there, and that's what holds the cable from falling out of place. We're all good to go. The JD kit comes with these Allen bolt heads, which I think are a lot nicer than the stock flat blade. They're like 7mm or something silly. So these are pretty nice, and you can get them good and snug, and you're good to go. We can get this carburetor back up to level and tighten it up. we're back here. It's the next day. Got a little too dark and cold to finish up our little story here last night. Took us about 15 or 20 minutes, got everything all set. We rode it a little bit last night. This morning, a little warmer, so we wanted to get a good feel for it. Got onto our little turn track with our best test rider, little flat jetting turn track we have close to the house that we can, go feel, and it runs amazing. At first time out, it was a little too lean. Had a bit of a whoop, whoop. And so we just went up on the clip one right to the middle. It comes stock in number 2 is what it was calling for with the blue needle. And what's great about the JD jetting kit, what we're finding that we've been running these, and just so you know, years ago I was kind of not totally buying into this magic beans of the jetting kit, but I'm really on board now because it saves guys a lot of time and hassle. With this spec sheet, it'll tell you if your elevation, what to run, and it gets you 95% of the way there, if not 100% for a lot of guys. If you're running at optimal 75 degree temperature, it's probably gonna be right about there. So you get this nice spec sheet that gives you everything, and you also get extra jets and the 2 needles for, you get the red one for higher altitude and so forth. That's gonna be a leaner needle. Now again, you can't run, take what we're learning off of this and run this pilot and main jet with your stock needle. It won't work. That needle's designed for those for that jetting. So that's really important to know. So these kits are around $79.95, so $80, and I think we should probably find them cheaper online. But anyway, at $80, yes, you could probably jet it cheaper on your own, but after you buy a couple needles, you'll be right there. So it's a lot of ease. It's a pretty nice kit the way it comes, and that spec sheet is tremendously helpful in getting this set up. We were like we ended up running the exact jetting he recommended for this bike. We went up that one clip to the middle, so it's a tiny bit richer, and air screws like at 1 1/4. Air screw something you can always play with and get that feel for adjusting that air screw in and out. So really, I don't know that you can go wrong with this, and hopefully this will help you out when you're jetting your bike. And these newer Mikunis, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, don't run very well, so they need some help, and this seems to solve it on this motocross bike. This is the first time we've done it on a motocross bike. We've done it on our trail bikes. We've had pretty good results, but this thing feels amazing with this. That's all we did was add this thing, got this FMF pipe and silencer on here, and this thing runs incredibly fast. So hopefully that'll help you out when you're jetting. And yes, so just so you know, that little jet kit can help fix this Mikuni for sure on your KTM.